What's going on, guys and gals? My name's Sean, and if you landed here, you're watching Scar My Guitar. What's going on, everybody? It's good to see you back. Now, one of the craziest things in all of the land of guitars done happened. You guys remember that guitar I made a while back using TEMU parts? My good friend Brad, who is the guitarologist, he says he's a guitarologist, but he repairs amps. Anyway, he hit me up and said, "Bro, you should have did this. You should have done that. I could have made a way better guitar than that if I would have had that opportunity." I said, "Bro, I did the best I could with what I had to work with." He said, "No, you didn't. If I would have had the same opportunity, I would have killed that guitar." I said, "Bro, you're tripping. Are you challenging me to a guitar build-off?" He said, "Well, I guess I am." Yeah, this knucklehead done challenged me to a guitar build-off. That's right, an amp repair guy challenged a custom guitar builder to a guitar build-off. Now, I don't know what he done bumped his head on, or if he done lost his tinfoil hat in the process somehow, but there is no way I'm about to let him build a better guitar than me. Now, of course, to make this fair, because I do have a monster guitar shop, there's a few rules. Now, if you've watched the channel, you already know I hate rules. All they are boundaries. That's all they are. But for this little video, we'll keep it inside the lines. Now, the deal is we can use anything we want from TEMU, and we get 2 items we can use from anywhere else, but everything else has to come from TEMU. So that means I have to get everything from TEMU except 2 things. I can get those from anywhere else I want, with the exception of making my own, because Brad doesn't have the facilities that I do. Because that would have been a little unfair if I could have made the neck and body from scratch. You get it? Now hang on just a dang minute, Sean. Why do 2 items have to come from somewhere else? Well, because you and me both know, bro, that you're not gonna buy all the parts off TEMU. You got some specific thing you're gonna put on this guitar when you do it. Yeah, you probably got a couple of things. Yeah, you do. Stop. Yeah, and so do I. So it's time to check out this. And what this is another one of those white bodies. This body was $60. This big fat trim right here from Case or Kaiser or whatever you say it. Look at that. It's a 2-point trim. It was $15. This pickguard right here. Alnico 5 magnets. Yep, it's looking pretty good. And it looks like this. If inquiring minds want to know. But that's all my parts from TEMU right there. And the neck plate. Oh, and this guy. Yeah, that's going in the foyer. But here's the 2 parts that I'm using from somewhere else. Of course, I'm going to use my own design neck that I had made in the Faying factory in China. Stainless steel medium frets. Roasted neck with some Grovers. That's about $260 total right there on the table. I'm looking at my Fender over here going, $900. Now look, just in case you didn't see everything, that's a Palomino body, Polonia, however you say it, body. Nice finish. That's an Alnico 5 fully loaded pickguard. That's a roasted maple neck with a roasted maple fretboard with stainless steel frets. It's got a big block 2-point bridge. Grover tuners. Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for Brad, really. There's no way he's fixing to make a better guitar than that. But we got to put that thing together before we can truly say that. It's not going to do it itself. So that's enough flip-flapping. Let's make it happen. Now, the reason that I'm using my own neck is because I don't think you're going to be able to get a better neck than this, actually. Look at the fretwork. But here's the cool thing. When I put my straight edge on the neck, you can see the frets aren't all uneven. They're pretty dang even balled up fret ends. Yeah, it's really good. They did a great job on these. Let's start out with our tuning machines. Look, they're made in Korea. That's pretty crazy, huh? Here's something cool you probably didn't know about Grover. When you open the package up, if you flip this over on the cardboard like that, you see that? And then you take and lay it down on the table like this and pull this off. You can literally slip them all into the neck pretty much at the same time. You see that? Saves a lot of time. Go ahead and put these on in real time for you so you can see just how fast it really is. I have a 10mm socket here. Just hand tighten them real quick. Turn them over and square them up. Good enough for me. Now you might want to tape your drill bit, make sure you don't go to the headstock. But I've done this a few times and I know about where to stop. Oh yeah, and if you're one of those numbnuts that think I shouldn't be using this drill to do this, every guitar factory on earth uses drills to assemble guitars. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using a drill though if you don't use one every day like me. Or unless you've never used one, which is the case with the guys that are making those comments. And give them a good little crank with this little wrench, just like so. Not too tight, just a nice pull where they ain't going out of tune. Now just like in the last video, we have to remove this little piece right here so the wheel for the truss rod can fit there. We also have to do it to the pickguard. I did it last time with a router, but a bunch of you guys told me you don't have one, so I'm going to give you an alternative now. This is a $5 chisel from Home Depot. And don't forget your PPE. Now I don't want to hear you don't have my tools anymore. Now we got to drill a hole here for the bridge because there isn't one in the body. We also want to make sure we don't drill it in the wrong place. That usually works. Yep. Let's open up our neck plate. Y'all would have freaked out if I'd have broke the Bowie knife out, huh? Looks like your typical stuff you pay 10 bucks for on Amazon. This was $3.99 shipped to the door. Here's another way to set our dots real quickly. No tape needed. Now I like to put the neck in the pocket when I drill these holes. It helps avoid tear out in the pocket on the other side. So now I just take the neck out of the pocket. I already got these starter holes, so now I drill it to the depth it needs to be. Which is just a good guess for me. I personally don't use these. When I put it on the guitar, I just be careful not to crack the finish. Now, I said this in a video recently that I don't do the cross pattern tightening, that I do these two back ones first. And the reason that I do that is because I want the back of the neck pocket to be as snug as it can get into that neck pocket back here, and then snug the front of it up. You get it? If I do it like that, it could be lopsided. It just don't make sense. Not to me, but you do your thing. Now, Kathy didn't turn the camera on, and she did not get me tracing these little curves with my Sharpie, or me putting the little holes out where I needed them with my little thing. So, there you go.
I did turn it on. I must have hit the button twice.
Well, that's the same thing. You didn't get it.
I know you think I'm perfect.
Yeah, right. Okay. But anyway, now that we got our pilot holes drilled, we're going to go ahead and use this guy to make the necessary holes for the anchors. But I'm going to do this with it before I put it in the drill, so I can avoid any tear out here. Just going to do this because I don't want the finish. If I turn the drill on, most likely that would have ripped the finish in some kind of way. But if I do it by hand first, 9 out of 10 times, you'll get lucky and it won't mess it up. Yep. 9 out of 10 stupid idiots, so make it happen. I do not, however, or have not, however, installed this trim before, so I want to make sure I take my bit. Interesting fact about this body, it is mahogany. What did we think it was earlier? Paulownia? It's not, it's mahogany. It's crazy. Yeah, I know the good smell of mahogany when I smell it. That's exactly what that is. See, it really sucks to drill your holes after you have finish on your guitar, because it's almost impossible not to chip that finish like that. But nobody's ever going to see that. We're scarred. Excellent. I always just put the claw in there and use a long drill bit. And then I just really start the hole. I don't really go too deep with it. Just get them started. We'll try it right there and see how it feels. Well, look how nice that thing fit in there. Beautiful, huh? Alright, added some weight to the guitar for sure. Yeah, it's looking pretty fancy. Let's put this through. It's ground for the bridge. Then of course the wiring goes to the output jack. I knew I should have let Kathy do the pick guard. I got a little overzealous, but it don't matter. It still looks cool. I'm not gonna bolt this on until we put 2 strings on it so I can line the pickups up. See how it's still got plenty of wiggle room? Well, we'll go ahead and solder him up. So on this pick guard, we're using red for the ground. That's crazy, huh? But that's what you got. I can work with it. I do not like drilling holes in the top of the guitar body for new screws because they strip out so easily. I just like to get a little starter hole going. Beautiful. Do one side first, and then I can find the middle better. Beautiful. Now we gotta let this heat up or the solder won't stick to it. I've had it there for a little bit already. Let's plug this guy in and check him. I got it in the bridge position. Let's turn it up. 1131. That's a pretty good little reading right there. Now that's the 4th or the 2nd, whatever you prefer. But it's probably half of this and this, or the whole this and this. I don't know. I didn't really look at the wiring. That's a pretty hot single coil. That's the 2nd or the 4th. And the neck. So the neck and the middle are pretty hot. They're running at 8. And last but not least, I'm going to put the pick guard on so I can line up the pickups with the strings. But you ain't got to watch this. Let's just jam. Alright, the TEMU scarred caster. It's all put together. All intonated up. She's a beauty. Yep, this thing is a certified beauty. Let's hear it unplugged. Wow. Man, this thing plays better than my Fender. Let's turn it up and see if it sounds better. Man, this thing is amazing sounding. Man. I'm hearing. Now I might be tripping, but this is a $900 Fender, and I swear the other guitar sounds better. That's the same exact settings. Listen, bridge pickup. It does not have the punch and it don't have the balls the other one does. Listen. It's weak in comparison. I'm having a hard time believing how good this guitar sounds. And it plays incredible. I mean, it's just way better than the one on the wall behind me for $900. $260 versus $900 behind me. And there's no comparison in sound and the way it plays. Brad, I know you're watching this. Bro, I just don't see you beating that guitar right there. I really don't. But if you do, I gave it a good shot. Now make sure you're subscribed to Brad's channel so you can catch his video when he uploads it. Because I sure would like to know if you think he beat mine or not. Yeah, Brad's got his hands full, don't he? This reminds me of way back when I was a kid and I was at this talent show and I had to get up and sing behind this yodeling fool. Yeah, Brad, I just yodeled all over you, bro. So you better tighten up. Man, I swear to you, I used to be a sticker whore. I mean, I'm having a hard time believing people are still paying that kind of money for those things. I mean that sincerely, because the only reason that I still have that guitar is so I can compare it to these other ones. Now, I played both them guitars on the same settings. And if you think that Fender sounds better, you gotta be deaf. Yeah, you're hearing a sticker, because you ain't hearing what's coming out of that amp, for sure. But look, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Me and Kathy both do. Let me tell you something. We're gonna have some more of those necks in stock in a couple of weeks. So if you're wanting to do one of these builds, go ahead and get your body and your parts. Now, if you don't already have the TEMU app, download it. Use the links in my pinned comment or the description, and you'll get a little bit of a discount on the stuff you buy. And that's gonna be it for this one. But don't forget, we're gonna be live tonight. That's Saturday, January 13th, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you there. And until I do see you there, don't you touch my Scar guitar.